Guys bearing down on you 20, hard and fast.
I'm Mike.
I'm Kat.
And I'm Jay.
And today we're reviewing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Aha, my good man. Thank you.
Oh, indubitably.
She made us do it.
Happy Movember, everybody. If you don't know what Movember is, have you been living under a rock? So if you go to Movember.com, you can register. If you grow a mustache, you can raise proceeds, find a cure for prostate cancer, which is the most common form of cancer for men. So grow that stash. And there's one guy who was all pointy and like straight like this.
That, my fine lady, was a pedophile.
It hurts my lips.
Mine feels really nice.
There it is. Proof.
You know what these are?
We reviewed them.
These are Speed Freak enhancements for your controller. See what you do there?
See?
Keeps your thumb from coming off the joystick.
This is a first-person shooter one. Click on the link in the underbar and you get 10% off all Control Freak products. And you're supporting the show. We sold out. So Jay, everyone wants to know, is the game any good? I love the Need for Speed franchise.
Excuse me.
Yes?
This is the first time since 2002 you can play as a police officer.
Oh, what is that?
Doesn't matter what that is.
No, I want to know what you wrote on there about me.
So, the game takes place in Seacrest County. A lot of people who've played Burnout Paradise are going to be
Burnout Paradise!
very familiar with this map. There's one amazing thing I have to say that'll blow your mind.
I like potatoes.
This map is 4 times the size of Burnout Paradise.
No.
It's not necessarily empty, it's just you get used to the roads. The challenges don't pop up like they do in Burnout. It's a totally different game. So don't think Burnout, just because the same people made Burnout, not the same.
So it's a sequel to Burnout. So I played the demo and the graphics are gorgeous and that helps this game a lot.
Well, this is a very good looking game. All of the cars look amazing on both sides.
So is it like Burnout though in that the cars are all made up or it's real cars?
No, these are real car babies.
Is there a Bugatti?
There's everything. The detail in the backgrounds was spectacular. The draw line, usually in a 360 game, is pretty far, but in this, they tapped into something. Cool thing is, right in the beginning of the game, they explain all the options across the whole menu bar. So of course you have your career mode, where you can play as the police officers, or you can play as the racers. So the map shows up and it's in 3D and it comes like this. There's little spots on the map. Choose where you want to go. So if you're playing as the cops or the racers, you get 3 different views that you can use. No cockpit view, which would have been really nice in this game. I found it was a little tricky to play as a police officer and use the bumper cam. You can't spin the camera around the car unless you're in third-person mode.
What's your powers as a police officer?
So as a police officer, there's 4 major powers.
Being a dick, eating donuts,
Yep.
taking shit from nobody.
And your shoelaces are made from pigskins. First thing that you get is tire spikes, which is pretty impressive. D-pad, basically, it's all laid out for you. So you push back, guess what? Boom, dropped out. Then you have an EMP, which you actually have to target onto the opponents. And if you lose the targeting onto the opponents, you lose the complete power-up.
What a dumb downer that is.
You'll be driving and you'll hear EMP lock, and you'll go, what do I do? And you actually just jam on the brakes, and you go in reverse, and sometimes they're not paying attention, you go right past them. As a police officer, you can also call in the helicopters. The chopper only has a certain amount of gas in it, so it only will go for a certain amount of time.
That's not very realistic.
Yeah.
I know choppers
but,
that can travel far distances.
Yeah,
Well, it's part of the game. Welcome to
No.
life.
Yeah, I get
No.
that. They're trying to make it hard.
So-
Too easy.
So anyway, call the helicopter, he races in front of all the other cars, and he actually drops a tire spike.
Can you talk to the,
Yes.
the pilot of the helicopter?
No.
What does he look like?
Looks like you, except better. So, the last power-up as a police officer is a blockade, and that gets upgraded, just like everything else gets upgraded. When you put out a blockade, you get a line of cop cars, you have to go through that blockade as well.
So what do the villains have? What do the bad guys got up their sleeve?
Everything. So, the bad guys, same arsenal. Rear spikes, EMP, they don't have a helicopter because they're not that rich. They get a turbo boost. Is the game, does it hit all of the points it needed to hit? Definitely does. When you play as a cop, the score music that plays and you feel like you're in an action film, other cops are calling you like, yeah, send in the chopper. And when you're playing as a racer, I'm better than the cops. I'm gonna outrun them.
I got edge.
And you got edge. In the career mode, you have to play as both. And you unlock points, which are called bounty.
Like the chocolate bar.
Yeah, bounty. Nope, welcome back. Unlocks vehicles and sometimes power-ups. When you're a cop, you become a sergeant and all the way up to the top. And when you're a bad guy, you got wanted level. So the multiplayer is probably the funnest game I played for a while in the racing genre. 8 players online, so it's 4 on 4, and it automatically will choose which side you're on. It has a social network that they've built within the game. It's all
Love
like
that movie.
It's called Autolog. I play my own game, you play your own game, and it records everything. And what's amazing about this is when you jump onto online, or just on your career mode, you actually get these notifications on your Autolog. Essentially, it's a Facebook wall within the game. Mike could be racing and beat my time on, say, whatever level we're playing.
And I did in the demo.
Yes, he did. Well, I'll get into detail about that.
Oh, no, you won't.
You can write back on the wall and be like, oh, looks like I took you out. And that works with all of your friends that play the game. Very addictive. You can click that, and it'll bring you right to that challenge.
You're going to see a lot of that, especially in the EA games. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the standard.
It's probably the best thing ever. It's amazing. So,
oh, stereo!
So when you're driving, you can hit the right analog stick and take quick snapshots of the actual racing event. So you can actually post those to the wall. So if you take your friend out, you can post it to his wall and be like, ha ha ha.
What would you give it out of 10?
So overall, I'd give this an 8. Racer.
Why does it lose
Why does it
points?
lose 2?
So some of the bad things about the game, online mode, when you're racing with 8 other players, if you get taken out within the first 30 seconds, guess what, buds? You can't play, you gotta watch.
Boring.
Sometimes these races are 8 minutes. If you leave, you don't get any of the points. So Mike had a good idea. You know, you should have been maybe the helicopter pilot, or maybe
A sniper guy.
Exactly.
Shoots the tires out.
Yeah, it would be brilliant. Unfortunately, that loses a lot of marks because I want to play online, but the time you have to wait, it's difficult. Some of the best controls, some of the best looking licensed cars I've seen in the game for a long time. Overall, I give it an 8.
What do you give my mustache?
2. Shit.
What about mine?
2. Anything else?
Ow, son of a... Through the month of November, you can rape...
You can rape? Alright.
Don't stare at your notes the whole time.
It's funny.
It's not funny. It looks like you don't know what you're talking about.
Piece
Piece
fell
that
off.
came off.
Yeah.
Yours-
And you're balding.
Yours is not going.
Confirmed.
It's...
You're going to be like powder in 2 months.
The problem with the game is it's so fun during those 8 minutes, but if you suck...
Sorry, I got a burp.
3 kilobytes.